There is a sacred place inside of you, a space untouched by fear, untouched by worry, untouched by the noise of the world. It is a place of deep, unshakable peace. It is where spirit whispers to you, where love flows freely, and where answers come not through effort, but through surrender. This space has always been within you, waiting to be noticed, waiting to be felt. But in a world that constantly pulls us in 100 different directions, stillness can feel unfamiliar, even uncomfortable. The mind races, the body fidgets, and the heart aches for something it cannot name. Yet stillness is not emptiness. It is fullness. It is where all the love, wisdom, and divine presence you seek already exist. When you quiet your mind and soften your heart, you do not enter silence. You enter communion with spirit. Many people believe they must go somewhere special to find peace. They believe they must escape their daily lives, retreat to a faraway place, or change who they are before they can feel Spirit's presence. But the truth is, Spirit is already here. It is not waiting for you to be perfect. It is not hiding behind the noise of life. It is woven into the very fabric of your being. And the way to hear it, the way to feel its embrace, is to become still. Stillness is not about forcing your mind to be quiet. It is not about suppressing thoughts or striving for perfection. It is about allowing, about opening, about trusting that there is a deeper intelligence at work within you. Spirit does not need you to do more. It simply asks you to be, to sit, to breathe, to listen, to feel. There is an immense power in stillness, a power so gentle yet so profound that it can transform your entire life. Stillness is where healing begins. It is where clarity emerges. It is where love overflows. When you allow yourself to be still, you align with the rhythm of the universe. You step into the flow of divine wisdom. You remember that you are not separate, you are not forgotten. You are deeply, profoundly connected. Take a moment to affirm, I allow myself to be still. In stillness, I feel the presence of spirit. I am safe, I am loved, I am held. One of the greatest obstacles to stillness is the mind's constant activity. Thoughts move like rushing water, one after another, never stopping, never resting. The mind loves to analyze, to question, to plan, to replay old conversations and predict future ones. It jumps from one worry to the next, searching for problems to solve, afraid to simply be. But you are not your thoughts. You are the presence beneath them. Your mind is like a radio, always broadcasting something. If the station is tuned to worry, fear, or doubt, that is what you will hear. But just as you can change a radio station, you can shift your inner frequency. You can choose to turn down the volume of fear and turn up the frequency of love, of peace, of trust. The reason so many people struggle with stillness is because they believe they must first quiet their minds before they can experience peace. But peace does not come from silencing your thoughts. It comes from making space for something deeper. It comes from allowing your thoughts to be there without attaching to them, without believing every word they say. The mind will say, I have too much to do. I can't sit still. This is a waste of time. But the heart whispers something different. The heart knows that stillness is not about doing, it is about being. The heart knows that peace is not something you find, it is something you return to. If your mind is restless, if your thoughts feel loud and overwhelming, know that this is not a failure. It is simply a habit, a pattern formed over time. and like any habit, it can be changed. When the mind races, gently bring your attention back to your breath. Inhale deeply, exhale slowly. Place a hand over your heart and say, I am not my thoughts. I am the quiet presence beneath them. I am peace. I am love. I am whole. Your thoughts will come and go. They do not define you. They are like clouds drifting through the sky. The sky does not fear the clouds. It simply allows them to pass, knowing that behind them, the sun is always shining. You are the sky. Your thoughts are just passing clouds. You do not have to chase them. You do not have to fear them. You can simply watch, and in that watching, you become free. Stillness does not have to be difficult. It does not have to be forced. It is not something reserved for monks on distant mountaintops. It is available to you right now, exactly as you are. One of the most powerful ways to invite stillness into your life is by creating a sacred space, a space that welcomes peace, a space where spirit can meet you. Your sacred space does not have to be elaborate. It does not have to be perfect. It only needs to be intentional. It could be a quiet corner in your home, a small table with a candle, a comfortable chair by the window where the morning light pours in. It could be a place where you sit each day, even if only for a few moments, and allow yourself to simply be. When you create a sacred space, you are telling the universe, I am ready to receive. You are creating a doorway between the busy world and the quiet truth within you. Spirit does not need a special place to reach you, but having a space where you can consistently return to stillness will help you deepen your connection. Before entering your sacred space, take a deep breath and affirm, this is my time. This is my place. Here, I welcome peace. Here, I feel Spirit's love. As you sit in your space, notice how it feels. Let it hold you. Let it comfort you. Spirit does not require words or effort. It simply asks for your presence. You do not have to pray in a certain way. You do not have to do anything at all. Simply sit, breathe, feel, trust. The more you return to this space, the more your body and mind will begin to associate it with peace. Over time, entering stillness will become easier, more natural. The restlessness will soften, the noise will fade, and in the quiet, you will hear what has always been there, the gentle, loving voice of Spirit, whispering, I am with you. I have always been with you. There is nothing you must do to be worthy of this connection. You are already worthy. You are already loved. The stillness is waiting. The presence is here. All you need to do is allow yourself to feel it. Affirm, I create space for stillness in my life. I welcome peace. I welcome Spirit. I am open. I am ready. I am loved. The most powerful tool for entering stillness is something you already have with you at all times, your breath. Breath is the bridge between the body and the spirit, between the seen and the unseen, between the noise of the world and the quiet wisdom within. When you become aware of your breath, you bring yourself back to the present moment. So often, we breathe without awareness, moving through life in a rush, our breath shallow and hurried. But have you ever noticed how your breath changes when you feel safe, when you feel loved, when you feel at peace? It slows down, it deepens, it softens. Your breath is a reflection of your inner state, but it is also the key to changing that state. Take a moment now. Breathe in slowly, deeply, feeling your belly expand. Hold it for a moment. Now exhale gently, releasing any tension you may be holding. Feel the breath flow in and out, effortlessly, naturally. This is spirit moving through you. This is life itself flowing into every cell of your being. When your mind feels restless, when worries feel overwhelming, come back to your breath. Let it be your anchor. Let it remind you that you are here, that you are safe, that all is well. With each inhale, imagine yourself drawing in peace, love, and divine presence. With each exhale, imagine releasing tension, fear, and resistance. There is nothing to force, nothing to change. Just breathe. Just be. Let's affirm together. With every breath, I invite stillness. With every breath, I connect with spirit. I am safe. I am at peace. The more you practice breathing with awareness, the more naturally stillness will come to you. It is not about controlling the breath. It is about allowing it to guide you back home to yourself. Deep inside you, beneath the noise of the world, beneath the expectations of others, beneath even your own doubts and fears, there is a wisdom that has never left you. It is the wisdom of your heart. The heart is not just an organ that beats within your chest. It is a sacred space, a place where divine love resides. It is where spirit whispers, where your deepest truths live. But so often we look outside of ourselves for guidance. We search for answers in the opinions of others, in books, in distractions, in endless seeking. Yet the greatest wisdom is not something you need to find. It is already within you. The question is, are you listening? Place your hand over your heart. Feel its steady rhythm. This is life flowing through you. This is spirit reminding you that you are alive, that you are connected, that you are loved. When you feel lost or uncertain, come back to your heart. It speaks not in loud commands, but in soft whispers. It nudges you through feelings, through gentle knowing, through moments of quiet clarity. The mind may question, but the heart knows. The mind may analyze, but the heart feels. The mind may be filled with doubt, but the heart holds truth. Trust what you feel. Trust what brings you peace. Trust the quiet wisdom that has always been within you. Take a moment to affirm, my heart is my guide. It speaks with love. It speaks with clarity. I trust my heart. I trust my inner wisdom. The more you listen to your heart, the stronger its voice becomes. The more you trust it, the more naturally you will feel Spirit's embrace. Your heart is a doorway, and every time you pause, every time you breathe, every time you listen, you step into the presence of divine love. So much of our struggle comes from holding on to control, to fear, to the belief that we must have all the answers right now. But Spirit is always guiding us, always leading us to exactly where we need to be. The more we let go, the more we allow life to unfold with ease. Letting go does not mean giving up. It does not mean ignoring your dreams or not caring about the future. Letting go means releasing the need to force, to struggle, to control every detail. It means trusting that there is a higher intelligence at work, a divine plan unfolding, even when we cannot yet see it. Think about a river. It does not struggle to flow. It does not resist or try to control its path. It simply moves, carried by a force greater than itself. And because it allows itself to flow, it always reaches where it is meant to be. You too are meant to flow. You too are being carried by a loving force greater than your fears. Take a deep breath. Imagine all the things you have been holding on to, worries, doubts, the need to have all the answers. Now, with your next exhale, imagine releasing them. Feel the lightness that comes when you let go. Let's affirm, I release my need to control. I trust the flow of life. Spirit is guiding me, always. One of the most powerful ways to practice letting go is through journaling. Take a piece of paper and write down everything that has been weighing on your heart. Write without judgment, without holding back. Then, when you are ready, place your hand over your heart and say, I surrender this to Spirit. I do not have to carry this alone. I am supported. I am guided. I am free. The more you practice releasing, the more you will feel Spirit's presence. The more you trust, the more peace you will experience. Life is not something you must struggle through. It is something you are meant to move with. Spirit is always holding you, always supporting you, always guiding you. Letting go is not a one-time act. It is a daily practice. It is a choice to trust, even when things are uncertain. It is a choice to surrender, even when the mind wants to hold on. It is a choice to believe that you are never alone, that you are always being led toward love, peace, and your highest good. Take a deep breath. Feel the weight lifting. You are safe. You are held. You are free. The words we speak, the thoughts we repeat, and the beliefs we hold shape our experience of life. If the mind is filled with worry, fear, and doubt, it is difficult to find peace. But when we intentionally choose words of love, of trust, of stillness, we begin to create a new reality, one where Spirit's presence is felt deeply, where peace is not something distant, but something we embody. Affirmations are more than just words. They are declarations of truth. They help to rewire the mind, to soften the inner resistance, to create space for divine love to flow. When you affirm peace, you invite peace. When you affirm love, you welcome love. When you affirm trust, you surrender to the divine plan that is already unfolding in perfect harmony. Here are some affirmations to welcome inner stillness and spiritual connection. I am open to the quiet wisdom of Spirit. In stillness, I find my truth. It is safe for me to be still. My mind is peaceful, and my heart is open. With every breath, I invite stillness. In this moment, I am one with Spirit. I release my worries and trust in divine guidance. Spirit is always with me. Stillness is my sanctuary. In silence, I hear the voice of love. I create space for stillness in my life. I welcome peace. I welcome Spirit. Choose the affirmations that resonate most with you. Repeat them throughout the day, allowing them to settle into your heart, to reshape your beliefs, to remind you of what has always been true. You are never alone. You are always guided. You are deeply loved. Affirmations work best when paired with presence. Say them not as empty words, but as invitations to feel their truth. Let them guide you back to yourself. Let them remind you of the peace that already lives within you. So many people fear silence. They fill every moment with noise, music, television, conversations, distractions, afraid of what they might find in the quiet. But silence is not empty. It is not loneliness. It is not something to be feared. Silence is sacred. It is where spirit speaks. It is where your deepest wisdom emerges. It is where healing begins. When you sit in silence, you are not waiting for something outside of you. You are meeting the divine within. You are allowing yourself to rest in the presence of love. You are remembering who you truly are. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a breath. Feel the stillness around you. Notice how, even in silence, there is a presence, a warmth, a sense of something greater. Spirit is here. Spirit is always here. The world may tell you that stillness is unproductive, that silence is wasted time. But the opposite is true. When you embrace silence, you reconnect with your intuition. You open yourself to divine guidance. You allow answers to come, not through force, but through trust. Make space for silence in your daily life. Turn off the noise for a few moments each day. Sit with yourself. Breathe. Listen. Notice what arises, not with judgment, but with gentle curiosity. Let silence be your teacher. Let it show you the depth of your own being. Affirm. In silence, I find my power. In stillness, I feel Spirit's embrace. I am never alone. The more you welcome silence, the more natural it will feel. What once felt empty will now feel full. What once felt unfamiliar will now feel like home. Stillness is not something you visit once and then leave behind. It is something you carry with you. It is a way of being, a way of moving through life with presence, with peace, with trust. You do not need to escape to a mountaintop to feel Spirit's presence. You do not need to be in a perfect setting or a perfect state of mind. Spirit is always here, always with you, always waiting to embrace you in love. Whenever life feels overwhelming, whenever the world feels too loud, return to your breath. Return to your heart. Return to the stillness within. You are never alone. You are always guided. You are deeply, unconditionally loved. Let's affirm one last time. I am loved. I am guided. I am at peace. Spirit is always with me. And so it is.